We are going live, should be live in a moment. Hi there. Hello, Galina. Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly practical AI show. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you, Anna?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm actually in California this week for work here, so it's early morning for me, 9 a.m. Are you traveling? Are you in California?
I'm actually traveling in New York, so we swapped coasts this week.
We have. How is New York? I bet it's super cold, huh?
It's cold. It's a little bit rainy today, but it feels good to be back in the hustle and bustle.
Okay, yeah. Well, actually, it's pretty cold here in Los Angeles. I'm particularly specifically in Los Angeles. It's pretty cold for this time of the year, they say, and it's unusually super rainy. Like I haven't seen. I've been to LA many, many times. I even like lived here part time, but I haven't seen that much rain ever in LA. So I don't know. The weather is changing. Global warming, I guess. Or is this AI's fault? I don't know. Who is to
Well,
blame?
AI means increase in energy production, increase in energy production. Right now, we're still in non-renewable sources, so it does increase carbon dioxide in the air. So yes, I think you could still blame AI.
Oh my God, look at this. I wanted to throw in this like half joke. And there you go. The real serious answer to this. Well, great. Well, today we are talking about AI in business, right? And I'm actually excited to have this conversation. Sharing how we in my company at English for IT, how we started leveraging AI as soon as ChatGPT was out, and I want to also hear how you help your clients, Galina, implement AI, adopt AI in their day to day, or maybe not so day to day. So, like generally AI for business, because there's two things. I talked to. I bet you saw my post on LinkedIn when I said that I talked to one of the founders who didn't want to invest in. Training his own employee how to use AI for work, which I found super weird because technically with this decision you deprive your company from growing and from like competing with other companies who are leveraging the latest tech. I do not support that, but the way he reasoned it was he was like, I don't want them to know how to use AI because they're gonna go find a job that pays more, or they I don't know, ask me for more money, something like this. And that was like completely unheard of for me. So that's like how some people I believe see AI in business. And also I had a conversation with my friend who is a software engineer working for an AI company, and he was like really debating. I have some listeners here on the back in the background, if you can hear. And um, he was really skeptical about AI actually generating any revenue for businesses. So I want to kind of like touch upon these two to start off, right? So what are your thoughts on these two opinions? Like the first, don't train your employees because they're going to get better and they're going to leave you. And also like AI is not at the stage where it can actually generate income for businesses. What do you think?
Yeah, that story is wild. AI
The
is
founder
not,
story? You mean the founder
yeah,
story?
the founder story about like not training his employees. AI is a people problem, not a technology problem. Even in like the implementation side of it, uh, you have to think of it as it's redoing the entire workflow. When a piece of work comes in, who does it touch, which departments, which people? So you have to like rethink how work gets done inside of a company. It's a people change. It is not necessarily just the raw technology. So with this founder, I would say his problem then is his company culture. And if he can't keep his employees happy, and give them a safe space to grow within the company, to still be happy within the company when they do grow, I mean, that employee is going to upskill like with or without you. So do you want to be part of that journey and retain them by giving them the resources, giving them money for the software, for any trainings, giving them more responsibilities at work, different responsibilities at work? They may be interested in doing other types of work. So if you foster and nurture that for the benefit of your business and create that safe space, then your business value is unlocked because of that. But if you're afraid that they're just going to leave, then like, okay, are you not making them happy? And if you're afraid that they'll request more money, well, start planning that ahead. And if you can't pay them, you have to be honest with that employee right away. And I think that's fair. I mean, it's a business decision. You have revenue and you have expenses. If you can't have your expenses be more than your revenue, totally fair on the business side. But like, be part of that employee's journey rather than just trying to block them, because they're still going to do it without you. And then to the second part of growing the business. So what does that mean? What type of business is this founder in? What type of industry?
Let's just skip it. Let's just say it's I don't know, marketing, whatever.
Okay. So if it's marketing, they can that company can offer additional services because of what AI unlocks. So all of a sudden, if you didn't have video creation services, you could do video creation. If you didn't have animation services, you could do animation. If you didn't have certain copywriting for different industries, all of a sudden you can do copywriting for other industries and expand your potential client pool. So it sounds like the founder is glass half empty versus glass half full. But again, it starts with like the culture and organizational and behavioral change, which is what AI is forcing on people. And I think a lot of them are really uncomfortable.
Yeah, this is so true. I agree. Well, I hopefully if any founders are watching us or any executives and they think the same, I believe this is a really like a scarcity mindset, right? Where we are afraid, where we are driven by fear, and when we are driven by fear, we don't innovate well. So this is like not good for the company. This is not good for your team. And how about the second thing? What do you think? Like, so how many actually companies these days making money, like additional revenue, or they are like AI company from the ground up, and they are actually making money, like AI is making them money?
So I can very closely speak to what's happening in the Bay Area, which is full of engineers and founders. And that is like the closest example that you will get to making money, because you have these 2-3 person teams, maximum 5. They use Cursor, they use Claude Code to generate code, to whip up a product. They whip up a landing page. They're able to just build and iterate so much faster. And then they hook up all of their systems, and they launch the product. And a lot of the times it is an AI based product too, because AI can help with sales, with marketing, with coding, with relationship management, like in multiple fields. So again, like it literally launches entire businesses or entire business units. I mean, for example, Salesforce is a really good example of this, of like a behemoth company that created Agentforce and to help with agentic CRM flows. That's a whole like lane that they created that is starting to generate revenue. Now, whether Agentforce is actually a good product or not, everybody has their own opinion, but that is a brand new revenue stream.
Yeah, but like here's the thing, like so the debate was around, yeah, you can still use AI to launch a product, but like, does it make money? Like the product that is completely built on AI, do people pay for it? Do people use it? For example, like besides ChatGPT, obviously, right? And then again, like a lot of people are using it as a free service, right? And just because the user base is so big, the company is profitable, right? But what about like other companies? Like, is it like still early to actually find this AI product market fit so that it generates revenue or not? What are your thoughts?
The AI tools that I recommend are a good example of they are profitable and they're generating revenue. Like Superhuman for email management, like Firefly is Note Taker, like Cast Magic, like Opus Pro. So like a lot of it has to be useful, by the way. And I know like building a product and launching it is one thing, but making it useful and having true product like growth again is not an AI problem. It's are you
That's true.
actually
That's
building
true.
something that is useful in solving other people's problems? Like, for example, are you building an app that can get you from point A to point B or get your food delivered to your door? Same thing with AI, just like remove, the complex around AI being this crazy thing. Like, just build a good product and AI can help you get there faster and unlock, again, like new verticals within your business. But AI is not the headline. AI is like HTTPS. Who talks about HTTPS like when or a URL and how innovative it is? People want to like shop on Amazon.com. Like they're not like, oh,
Yeah.
did you hear about HTTPS?
So true, so true. Well, yeah, we just jumped into it because we were a little bit late to the game to start our stream on time. So we didn't really introduce ourselves. And if there's anyone new watching us, I'm Anna Gandrabura, the founder of an edtech company, English for IT, and executive coach, and an AI enthusiast. Of course, building products with AI. And this is my co-host, Galina. Galina, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, hi, I'm Galina Fendikevich. I am an AI consultant. I help with go-to-market as well as train people to use AI where it makes sense.
Where it makes it, I love it. It sounds like a great slogan. Right. I see more people are joining us. Yes, we are live. And if you join us a little bit later, you will be able to watch this recording on YouTube and also on LinkedIn. If you have any questions regarding AI, please drop them in the comments. We'll be happy to chat with you guys. Also, if you have any comments about what we are sharing, please share that as well. We'll be again happy to see your feedback and react to your feedback. So today we're talking about AI in business. And like I said, my company English for IT is an education company. And I believe that education sector is going to go through a tremendous shift with everything that happens around AI, to be honest, right? Across all sectors of education. I am particularly in adult ed, so we do workforce development training on languages and soft skills, communication skills. And when I just wanted to share that when the whole AI thing became a thing, we started using it right away. My ops team was like the first one. So the way English for IT works, we have ops team and we have the teaching team, right? The instructors team. So the ops team was like really fast, in just getting in the game and exploring the very first version of ChatGPT that everyone hated it, right? And of course, it was like it all started with ChatGPT. I remember that my instructor team, a few were freaking out a little bit, like a few felt like overwhelmed with what was happening because the change was rapid and people were not ready. And especially like when there's a lot of like talking about, oh, AI is going to take your job and this is like we're not going to need this and that, like all these like hyped slogans and all these like hyped titles. So people were freaking out, but then like it calmed down. And now I can proudly say that the whole team, both the ops and the instructor team, they are leveraging AI, not just ChatGPT, but different AI tools. For our ops team, for example, we started, of course, with like just text generation with ChatGPT. Now we do vibe coding. We are actually working on a new product for English for IT, which I'm not going to say what it is right now because we haven't made the official announcement yet. But we are doing vibe coding because we do have a developer on the team that built our e-learning platform from scratch before AI was a thing, right? But now, like on top of it, we are building using vibe coding, and I personally vibe code. I'm not a developer. I mean, if you can call HTML. Yeah, so HTML. I mean, if you can call HTML. a language, a programming language, which is not, right? But I'm just like saying I have some technical knowledge, but I've never been a coder, like a real coder. I can build the website, but it's going to be like a very basic website. Yeah. So, and this is like something that we constantly do at English for IT, and we like learn about what are the new things, what are the new tools out there, how they can help us, I don't know, like speed up like doing some tasks, right? Or build something. And I can honestly say that I learn about these tools from like people like you in conversations or going to conferences. For example, last time I was in San Francisco, I went to a conference, a Stripe conference, and they were just promoting Lovable so much. They had their co-founder there vibe coding with the co-founder of Stripe on stage, which was like super cool. And I was just impressed. So I came home. I came home. I had a meeting with my team. I'm like, guys, this is like something I want you to check out. And the funny thing is that you don't like for example, with Lovable, the way my team is using it, like there is a person who is vibe coding the product, like working on the product. So like, yeah, it's more like in depth, but there's someone who just like wants to get idea how to build a web page. And like, for example, they just go to Lovable, describe their idea, and there you go. The web page is ready. I mean, they're not deploying this web page, but like they're passing on the task to somebody else, for example. So it becomes like even easier to give tasks to your teammates, because instead of like writing it in text and then relying on your writing skills and the other person that the other person will understand what you're actually trying to say, you just create it in like one prompt. There you go. You see the language is changing with this AI thing. You create it in one prompt. You create it in one prompt, and then you just give it to them, and then they deploy it, and then they like work like on the back end of it. So this is the way we actually use it at English for IT. So every time there's like a new thing coming out, we test it and we see whether it's a good idea for us or it's not a good idea for us. Interesting enough, I don't think the team has been really using the note takers, the meeting note takers a lot. I don't know why. Maybe this is because like we speak different languages sometimes in meetings. And the note taker that we actually you've been using Otter AI. I don't know if you heard of it. I don't think it picks up on different languages. So maybe we should change the note taker, but I feel like it did not serve its purpose at the beginning, and it just like didn't work with the note takers for us. But then again, like I said, it doesn't mean that this is not a good idea to have a note taker. Like, for example, I use it when I have meetings in only one language. Yeah, so it's good to have in case like you miss something. Yes, this is how we use it in business. What is your experience with your clients? How do you go about implementing AI in businesses?
I am curious. I don't know if Fireflies, because Fireflies is my absolute favorite note taker, has multi-language support. I'll look into it. But Fireflies has a ton of capabilities. So I
Maybe
would
I should
expect
switch.
to have that
I'll
support.
switch because I haven't been paying for Otter either. So it was just like, yeah, hanging in there. Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But let me talk. Oh, sorry. Let me talk about some examples that I've seen, like not only in client work, but part of what I do is market discovery and talking to a lot of people across industries, seeing the types of companies within industries. So right now I work with a company called Upstage. They create document extraction technology. Which is pretty horizontal. But right now, what we're seeing is one of the biggest applications is in insurance, in the underwriting process for commercial property and casualty insurance. The way it happens is there's like Bob's Bike Shop needs insurance. They go to a broker. A broker collects a lot of information about Bob's Bike Shop and then sends it to a carrier. And an underwriter has to review the information, like a lot of documents that can be up to 100 pages long, do the manual data extraction and manual data entry into other systems, and then make a decision on whether to underwrite the risks. They also have ratings engines and all of that. So where AI makes sense here is just in that key information extraction from the submission. Again, you get an email, sometimes 10 emails with a lot of these attachments, and an underwriter, a very skilled person, has to go through, click on it, read through all the documents, extract information. This is a prime example of where AI is best suited. It's not taking away from the underwriter's decades of experience or experience in a certain line of business. It's literally doing data entry, a very low level work. So it's taking that information and then presenting it so the underwriter can be like, all right, here's the company, here's the types of insurance they submitted for, here's the, like, if it's a renewal, here's the renewal period, here's the premiums, just to have that view of like, all right, before I even decide to go through the underwriting process, the underwriter can make that snap decision. Is this the type of risk that I want to take or not? Again, can happen in less than 5 minutes, but right now it's taking up to an hour sometimes. And then information is missing. So they have to go to the broker goes back to the client. And then like, it just keeps going back and forth. And an AI can automatically detect if information is missing. For example, there were 3 years of lost runs instead of 5 years of lost runs, and automate a message back to the broker. Hey, this submission is incomplete. And the underwriter's time is not wasted reading 100 pages to be like, oh, they're missing this, have to go back. So that's insurance. Within healthcare, what I've seen the most, because healthcare, they're very cautious right now. They're really not wanting to do AI because these are people's health records. These are the data itself is extremely sensitive. So I don't see a lot of implementation, but there's like dipping their toes into it. And what I see is ambient listening. When you go to a doctor's office, there's something that's recording the conversation between the doctor and the patient. And then, the doctor can scribble a few notes, but the main job of the AI is to take that recording and transcript and transcribe it into chart notes and push it into the system. In the US, we have Epic is like the default system of record for most healthcare facilities. So just do the chart notes. The doctor can augment a little bit, but like now they're not spending an extra 20 minutes on top of the patient visit charting all of the information. And then from a billing perspective, then they use AI to take the chart notes, take the insurance information, the type of health insurance a person has, to generate billing codes in order to bill the patient appropriately for the visit, for any medication, etc. So it just automates that whole process, which is extremely time consuming because you have multiple people doing this right now. And then the third example I'll share is within the finance department of, let's say, like a company that has to ship a lot of things. It could be an e-commerce. So somebody has an Etsy shop or any retail store, or even it could be a metal distribution company that ships metal, like any company that has a lot of shipping. They get these massive invoices from like FedEx, from UPS, and they can be like 100 long because it's on a monthly basis, right? So it's all the shipments they've had for a month, and they're massive, massive documents that are, and they're hard to read. I don't know why they create these types of documents. But sometimes when you submit a shipment, the FedEx or UPS, like, writes down the weight wrong or the size of the box wrong, or they mislabel the shipment, so you end up paying more than you typically do. And people in the finance department go through these long invoices to find any potential mistakes, because then they could submit a complaint and get that reimbursement back. Well, who's going to sit there every month of like hundreds of pages to review, like, if a 17 by 24 box was like accidentally 17 by 30 box or something like that, to try to catch these small mistakes in order to get reimbursement. So this is just like direct cost that they can recoup that is so manual, that AI is, again, like the perfect, like, it doesn't require human judgment, intuition. Like, AI is really good at doing this.
I wanted just to pick your brain on how to bring AI to the team. Let's talk about that. For example, like I said, in my case, I had some people who were overwhelmed, right? So I had to have like maybe some individual discussions, like at the very beginning, so they don't feel like super freaked out. And it just like felt a lot, just because like it was just everyone was talking about it and you didn't know what it is, and there was like this uncertainty. So what are your thoughts as a consultant, like when you come to in the company, like to bring AI, what are the things, like a good things to do and things that you don't recommend to do when bringing AI to the team?
Yeah, I mean, first thing you do is not say we're going to use AI so we can replace you, obviously. And I start with like AI 101. What is the state of AI? The state of AI is nowhere near like AGI. I know that's been like it's going to be all knowing and all encompassing and it can do everything. So, like, what is the state of AI? It is extremely limited in its capabilities. It cannot do your job. So, level set. Like, this is AI. It's a tool. It is not a person replacing you. And here is everything that AI is capable of. Here is everything that AI is not capable of. So just level setting that, making them feel comfortable of like, you're still the expert. AI doesn't have like multimodal 3D view of the world like you do. So it can't take all these inputs. AI is only as good as the data inputs. And the only data inputs that it can do is like text and video for some LLMs, but it can't pick up on like body language. It can't pick up on nuances. It doesn't know your history with the company, with the relationships, and just the work history that you've had within there. Like it just doesn't know. It can't see, it can't touch, it can't feel, it can't hear. So you are still critical to the company. Then next is mapping out the job roles. So like write down what is your day-to-day work, like what do you have to do, and then identify the annoying things. Like it just takes time, you hate it, like it doesn't get your creative juices flowing, like it's just such a drag, whether that's debugging for engineers, whether that's like creating multiple types of content drafts for a marketer, whether that's writing emails for a salesperson, whether that's keeping track of expenses in a spreadsheet for a finance person. Like what is just that, like it just mental drain. And then after that, I will map, take in the information, then map the tools and give them ideas of how AI and specifically which AI tools can help solve that. And run through a couple sample scenarios, same as I did in our first video in the series of like, okay, let's sign up. If you're in finance, this is how you can use this tool to help you get rid of those annoying parts in your job. So really starting to paint the picture of like, you don't want to do these things. This is why we have these tools to help you get through it. And if you can just get through it much faster, won't you be a happier person? And it's like the dipping in the feet. I'm not going to be like, all right, it's a whole new like finance system that we're implementing. It's a whole new engineering, like a whole new tech that we're implementing, like not the big pieces. It is the small incremental bit by bit to get buy-in. And then after they get buy-in, we can do a little bit more.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love that when you said that it's a good idea to have this reflection task, just to sit down and write down the tasks that you do constantly, the tasks that you enjoy doing that are more on a creative side, and the tasks that can be just automated, and then like search for a tool that can automate these tasks. This is great. Honestly, I feel like we are entering the new age where we can really tap into our creative potential more and not be like slaves of the routine, of these like repetitive tasks, filling in the spreadsheets, or like creating formulas. That's because like they've been created for us before us, and like why wasting the time learning them where we can just use them on the one hand. On the other hand, of course, I don't know, like this week I'm working with a group of international tech students here in the United States, and of course they're still in college and school, and just One of them actually, when we were having our effective communication class, one of them said that she trusts AI more than anyone else. And I'm like, I was like, no, you guys, you like, let's just brainstorm. Let's just forget about like asking AI. Like, it's just like, let's just like have a conversation and brainstorm. I want to hear your thoughts. And she was like, I trust AI more than anyone. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I was like, well, then tell me who created AI. And then she go, oh, people. I was like, exactly. So trust yourself before you trust anyone else. Right. Anything else, Galina, on your end, just to wrap up this AI in business discussion?
If you all want more examples of these, like, again, they're micro, like I'm giving these very tangible, small, like different department examples, please do let me know. And I'm happy to keep talking about those examples or even post on my LinkedIn more examples like these. I also have done posts with ROI calculation. So for example, if you could spend 20 minutes, save 20 minutes on inputting data into a spreadsheet a day, what does that equal to a week times your hourly rate for your salary times a year? So if you need help with those types of calculations, happy to do that. And then of course, any questions about AI, if you have any tools that you want to try out or need tool recommendations, I'm a resource. Feel free to ask. And yeah, just let me know what's working, what's not working. I see Anna shared my LinkedIn, so please feel free to reach out.
Yeah, I shared our LinkedIn. So if you guys want, some of them I just copied several times. If you want to connect with us, please do. And we have one more episode of Practical AI series, which we're going to do next Wednesday. It's going to be on practical application of AI, and I think Galina is going to take the floor here. Yeah, the stage is going to be yours. Just sharing your experience with practical usages of AI. So stay tuned and please come back next Wednesday, same time, same place. We are streaming this on LinkedIn and on YouTube at 12 p.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and I think it's 6 a.m. Central Time in Europe, or not 6 a.m., 6 p.m. Central Time in Europe. Thanks everyone for being here. Thank you, Galina. It was I was happy to have this conversation with you again. And till next time, till next week.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, everyone.